In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, has officially shared a farewell message, thanking fans for all the movies he's been a part of. He continued to appear in the MCU, despite remaining a part of the main cast after Avengers Endgame. Now, he's confirmed that he'll be returning once again in Avengers Doomsday. But for fans wondering, is this really the end, or is there more to come? Marvel hasn't been quiet. They've shared emotional clips featuring Thor and Loki, with the message, "The sun will shine upon us again." Only this time, it's Thor who will die. Previous statements have hinted that Thor will have an epic farewell in the MCU. However, both Hemsworth and Marvel's latest posts confirm that this ending is planned, and they know exactly how Thor's journey will play out. Chris Hemsworth is fully aware of what's in store for Thor in the upcoming movies, and he knows exactly when his contract with Marvel is up. So this farewell may only be temporary, but for now, it seems almost certain. Thor will die in Avengers Doomsday. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content as we bring you the latest updates. Now, we need to talk about the fate that awaits Thor and Loki. Back in Avengers Infinity War, Loki sacrificed himself in an attempt to save Thor. Thanos, the villain who wiped out half of all life in the universe, attacked the Asgardian ship and slaughtered half its population. As a prince of Asgard, Thanos had to kill either Loki or Thor, and Loki chose to give up his life, knowing he had no chance of defeating Thanos like Thor might have. But in Avengers Doomsday, things will be different. This time, it's Thor who will make the ultimate sacrifice for Loki, and from what we know, he won't be walking away from the battle. One of the main reasons Chris Hemsworth is saying goodbye to Marvel is likely tied to this storyline. Of course, some fans are already asking, if Loki has become the god of stories, can he bring Thor back? But according to the official information released about Avengers Doomsday, anyone who dies in this film will stay dead permanently. There will be no more multiverse, no alternate timelines, no going back. The name says it all. Doomsday, the end of everything. As timelines and universes begin to collapse, it will become impossible to reverse time or undo death. There will be no second chances. And even though there may be a few remaining variants scattered across the multiverse, the story will continue only with those who survive. Just like in the comics, Doctor Doom will kill countless characters, and their return seems nearly impossible. Even if Thor dies in this movie, among all the heroes, his return still seems the most likely. As I've explained in previous videos, there's one path left open. Asgardians who die in battle are sent to Valhalla. In the comics, Thor has returned more than once after dying and gaining new strength in Valhalla. In the Marvel Universe, death is never truly the end for a god. Asgardian gods live through a cycle. They fall, they rise again. The only true way to kill Thor is to take away all of his power, along with his soul. In the MCU, only one character has been able to do that, Gorr the God Butcher. That's why every god he killed was truly dead. If the Necro Sword had been used on Thor, it could have erased him entirely, with no chance of return. But now, Thor has something else, or rather, someone. His adopted daughter, who was created through eternity itself, could play a key role in his return. As the new multiversal cycle begins, she might bring him back. At least, that's what I believe. Personally, I'm not too worried about Thor's death. Let's be honest, he's one of Marvel's most protected characters. Unlike others, Thor has 1,000 reasons to come back. What really hurts is thinking about characters like Bucky. Marvel once saved Robert Downey Jr.'s career, giving him a second chance and turning him into a legend. It was Jon Favreau who first believed in him and pitched him to Marvel, and now Robert Downey Jr. is returning to save Marvel. Fans love characters who come back after death, not just in Marvel, but in all kinds of stories. Whether it's Turkish dramas or Hollywood films, people are always drawn to the return of a fallen hero. Why? Because we believe they'll come back stronger. In mythology and in Marvel, Ragnarok is a cycle, and that cycle still hasn't ended in the MCU. Why? Because in every version of the Ragnarok myth, Thor must die for the cycle to close. Everyone else is already gone, yet Thor still lives. As long as he survives, nothing ends. And that's why everything is about to end. Avengers Doomsday literally means the end of everything. The destruction of all multiverses. It's the collapse of Yggdrasil itself, the cosmic tree that connects all realms. What we're about to witness may be MCU's version of Ragnarok, and Thor might not just be a victim, but the reason. Think about it. Maybe Thor is the one responsible for the upcoming collapse. His existence may be disrupting the balance, just like in the myths. In Deadpool and Wolverine, there
There was even a scene where Thor was crying. It was meant as a joke, but it might hint that even Deadpool could die in the final battle.
Swing in Infinity War, half the universe died and came back. But this time, it's different. This time, there's no coming back. Avengers. Doomsday will be the literal apocalypse of the Marvel Universe. Whether we love them or not, many characters will have to die. Some from the MCU, others from the X-Men universe. In my opinion, Chris Hemsworth's farewell might be part of a bigger plan. Marvel could be using this as a tactic to generate hype for the film. Killing off beloved characters and then bringing them back later has always been a strong marketing move. We've already seen what happens when Marvel gives standalone films to less popular characters. Those movies barely break even at the box office. The studio struggles to turn a profit. If they had followed the comic storylines more closely from the start, they might have still been on this same narrative path, but with more fans watching and Doomsday already in theaters. The whole Kang saga made everything worse. Characters with almost no depth in the comics were suddenly treated like gods in the MCU, and the universe went through a chaotic phase. Now millions are seeing all the teasers Marvel is posting, and most fans agree. This new film is going to be Thor's farewell. But let's not forget one important thing: the upcoming Avengers. Secret Wars is expected to be split into 2 parts. Even if that's confirmed in July, it's unlikely that Marvel would end everything with Secret Wars. There's another movie coming, Avengers Forever. And when that happens, some heroes might get one final chance. Also, let's not ignore the multiverse. There are countless Thor variants across the multiverse. Even if our Thor dies in Doomsday, Marvel may still need Chris Hemsworth to portray other Thors in future stories. Even in the What If Season 2 finale, we saw 2 different Thors fighting each other. So, even if Chris says goodbye to the main MCU Thor, that doesn't mean he's leaving all of his multiversal versions behind. Seeing Thor only in Doomsday is nearly impossible. His farewell post was vague for a reason. Like I said before, this could be part of a marketing strategy. In Infinity War and Endgame, Thanos barely managed to kill any Avengers. Most of the ones he did kill came back eventually, but Doctor Doom will be different. Marvel seems ready to show that some deaths will finally be permanent. Think about Natasha Romanoff. She sacrificed herself and never returned, but even that wasn't a traditional death. It was a choice, a trade, and let's be honest, there aren't many MCU characters left that people are deeply connected to. So ask yourself, if someone dies in the next Avengers film, will you truly be heartbroken? Is there anyone left in the MCU you care that much about? Let me know in the comments. At this point, most of us will watch the next Avengers movies to see who comes back from the dead, not necessarily for the characters who are still alive. And since the current MCU lacks big fan-favorite heroes, the emotional impact of these deaths might not be as strong as Marvel hopes. Maybe some X-Men deaths will hit harder, but personally, I don't have many MCU favorites left. That's it for now, friends. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If there are any other videos you'd like to see, don't forget to drop your ideas in the comments. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
What did you do? What did you do?